There is it the right call? It's a classic, if you think about it, it's a classic Labor government call, isn't it? Sort of right, but not as right as it could have been. You can argue, look, at least we go to level 3, which is true. You could argue, given it's now Tuesday, not Thursday, in a couple of days, and the cover of a long weekend, is it the end of the world? Well, no, although I'm sure there are no shortage of small businesses who would argue that's 5 more crippling days of no income, and it's 5 days, by the way, it's not 2, it's 5. So it's the Easter supermarket call, got there sort of, just not quite as cleanly as we could have. I would have pulled the trigger, of course, at least a week ago. The numbers are now embarrassing in their success. There are fewer than 500 actual cases. 99.9 something% of us don't have it. 99.7% of us never did. The lockdown worked a treat. That's what you get when you're an island nation at the bottom of the world and you largely close the borders. The really encouraging news is the level 3 call is for 2 weeks. It's an incentive, I guess. It's hope. And by God, do we need some of that at the moment. Quite apart from anything else, level 3 is too restrictive, of course. So the sooner we get out of that and down to level 2 and a world we actually recognise, the better. I think most of us would agree that things like the borders, international travel, random gatherings, large gatherings are out for now, if not for quite some time. But increasingly, what we're seeing is the genuine questioning of some of the decisions around the next level. I mean, people who can't open, who, if you apply logic, not a regimented government-controlled blitzkrieg of one-stop shop brushstroke sameness, would actually be able to save a few jobs, get a bit of coin through the cash register and start to rebuild. The next question, of course, is the open-ended nature of level 3. What are they looking for? What constitutes success? When cases increase, and they're bound to some degree, do they freak out? Do they panic and extend 3 or, God forbid, go back to 4? Given the government's wage subsidy, we still don't know, you see, the true carnage of all of this. But let's take what we can get, shall we? Let's take what we can get. This is better than it could have been. The obsessives have not won the day around health. It's not another 2 weeks or 4 weeks at level 4. And even the Prime Minister managed to drum up a convenient new interpretation of elimination. Stamp it out when it returns, which is different to the idea of getting rid of it altogether, because until we get a vaccine, that was, to quote Stephen Joyce, pie in the sky. So in 3 weeks, let's pray we're on level 2. This mess is well and truly behind us, and let's be grateful the next step on that journey starts in a week today.